Did you know that breast cancer can take 7 to 10 years to form and that thermography can see early changes long before a lump ever appears? In this week's episode, I'm breaking down how thermography and ultrasound work together as a safe, radiation-free way to stay proactive about your health. Plus, I'll share my big 6 lymphatic habits from dry brushing to rebounding that supports daily detox and hormone balance. So tune in to this week's episode and take charge of your breast health this month. Welcome to the Spa Skin and Beauty Podcast. Struggling with wrinkles, dark spots, or an overwhelming skincare routine? I'm Lindsay, an esthetician who has found a simple skincare routine for clear, youthful skin, even in my 40s. In this podcast, I'll share quick, easy, non-toxic solutions to help you love your skin and stay motivated. So grab your products, press play, and let's transform your skin. Hey friends, it's Lindsay, host of the Spa Skin and Beauty Podcast. Well, it's October, so it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I also like to just say Breast Awareness Month. And today I want to talk to you about something that is near and dear to my heart. And we are going to talk about something I practice personally and professionally, getting a little sneak peek into my daily life. Breast prevention through thermography and ultrasound. So you know my heart, I'm all about prevention, awareness, and making informed, confident choices when it comes to your health. So you may not know this, but yes, I'm a master licensed esthetician, but I am also a licensed thermographer. I co-own another business called Thermography South with Dr. Marina Arena, who is a naturopathic doctor, where we perform medical thermography. So yes, I do have another daytime job and I see actual clients and I do thermography on clients. And I do enhanced lymphatic therapy on clients as well. I see every week how powerful these images are for helping women understand their bodies in a safe, non-invasive way. And I just wanted to share all of this information with you today. So let's chat about how thermography and ultrasound can be used together safely without radiation and why lifestyle and lymphatic care are just as important for prevention. Okay. Thermography versus ultrasound, what they show. Let's start by understanding what these two screenings actually do. So thermography is an infrared image of your breasts. It doesn't show structure, it shows function, okay? So it is a physiological test. It measures heat, circulation, and vascular activity. So those little signs of increased blood flow that can sometimes appear years before a structural change happens. That's because when cells begin to divide rapidly or inflammation starts, your body increases blood supply to that area, and that process is called angiogenesis. Thermography can often pick up those earlier vascular changes. Thermography can often pick up those early vascular changes long before a tumor forms or becomes large enough to be seen on other imaging. So you see how this is preventative. We are trying to get this before things actually occur. Now, ultrasound, on the other hand, that shows the anatomy. That is the structure of the tissue. That helps determine if an area is dense tissue, a cyst, or solid mass. So when you use both together, thermography for physiological and ultrasound for the anatomy, you're getting a full picture of what's happening. And the best part is, both are completely safe. There's no radiation, there's no compression, there's no pain. So you can even start using them even in your 20s, and that is going to be a part of a true prevention plan. So I cannot use the word enough as prevention. You know that when you start to get mammograms, it's typically in your 40s. Why in the world are we just looking at this in your 40s? Like, let's do things that are safe, no radiation, start in your 20s for prevention so we can have the opportunity to catch something early so it doesn't go into anything else. I'm fired up. I think that's what gets me so fired up because let's try to prevent things. I'm very passionate about this. So passionate. So let's look into this. How long does cancer take to form? Here's something few people talk about. Cancer takes years to form, okay? By the time a tumor is large enough to show up on a mammogram, it's often been developing quietly for 7 to 10 years. So this is just what I think about. I'm thinking, okay, you're getting your mammogram at 40 and then, it shows something. Well, hello, if we had started thermography and ultrasound or QT imaging, that's great too, then things are showing up earlier. Again, I would still do thermography first because that's the only test that has the physiological changes. And then you could always get the structural test that has an anatomical, like the QT imaging. That is amazing as well, or the ultrasound. But that is a long window where the functional changes are happening. So that's your changes in metabolism, circulation, and cell growth long before a lump ever appears. That's exactly where thermography shines. It can detect those little vascular shifts early. It gives you the time to respond with lifestyle changes, deeper testing, or supportive therapies. It's like getting a peek behind the curtain before anything becomes visible. This is what true prevention looks like. It's using information early to stay ahead. So normally I take a baseline, which is the first visit with somebody. So that's called your baseline. And then we would do a follow-up. So typically a standard follow-up is 6 months to a year. So if everything's fine, then you can come back in a year and do your other one, or you can come back in 6 months. And you will always have that baseline that we can always refer back to, and we can see those changes over time if there's any changes at all that are occurring ahead with your body. Let's talk about radiation for a minute. So now I know what you may be thinking, okay, but mammograms don't use that much radiation. First of all, we want to talk about radiation over time, cumulative. If you're getting those every year, that's a cumulative amount, okay? And actually, one mammogram delivers about 4 times the radiation dose of a single chest x-ray. So you're doing that, and every exposure accumulates in your body over time. That's one of the reasons I switched after having 3 mammograms myself when I started to turn 40. And then I thought, if there's a safer route that doesn't overdiagnose, that mammograms are definitely known for, and still gives clear information that are even more of a thorough test, then why not choose that? And I will never forget the year that my sister she had a false positive and she had to get a biopsy. It was so traumatic. It was just the worst experience. I'll never forget that. That whole year was absolutely awful. Everything was fine with her. And we now do thermogram and ultrasound for her. Oh my gosh, that was absolutely awful. But that is the same mindset that I encourage in my clients: empowerment, not fear. Now, I understand that things can get expensive if your insurance doesn't cover it. So I did want to talk about price, so what you can expect to pay for a thermogram. So normally a breast thermogram costs a little under a couple $100. Mine's $197 currently, and it really just depends on the area that you're in. Every area is going to have a different price, okay? But choose where you're going. Make sure that they use a high quality infrared camera. That's really important. I personally use a FLIR camera. That's FLIR, and that's the one I use. But make sure they have a high quality camera. Make sure that there is an experienced interpreter trained in breast thermography that's reading your reports. We at Thermography South, that's the name of my business, our images are read by a former breast plastic surgeon, and it just adds this extra layer of expertise and peace of mind. She is obviously an MD because she's a former breast plastic surgeon, so it is amazing. You can even get consultations with her, even if you aren't local and you're listening to this. I would be happy to put her information in the show notes because she is just so smart. And if you're outside of your area, check with your local naturopathic doctors. They often know which thermography clinics are reputable and certified. So just, I feel like that's with anything. You really just need to do your research on anything, any service, especially health related. I mean, that's just with anything, okay? And ask around. Ask for those people who've gone and if they like their service there. That's just something to keep in mind. Hey there, quick pause. If you're ready to glow naturally without Botox or fillers, I've got something just for you. So join me for the Lymphatic Glow Method, a 1-hour live Zoom masterclass where I'll teach you how to lift, depuff, and sculpt your face using simple lymphatic drainage techniques. That's right, no needles, just real results. This is your exclusive sneak peek into my full course, the Botox and filler free formula. And trust me, your skin will thank you. The wait list is now open and early access comes with some pretty sweet bonuses. So head to lindsayholder.com/masterclass, and that's Lindsay with an E, Lindscy. So again, that's lindsayholder.com/masterclass. So let's get your glow flowing naturally. So lifestyle prevention, here's like your big six, just to think about it. I know that I talk about your big six with your lymphatic. So I thought, let's just do a play on words here and talk about your big six with lifestyle prevention. This is my favorite part. So thermography and ultrasound are amazing tools, but your daily habits are what truly move the needle on your long-term health. Every day I wake up and I think, today I'm working on my health. And I look at it as cumulative over time. And I even use the Miracle Morning to help me with that. I literally say in my affirmations after I said my prayers, or I am committed to my health and nutrition for today. And then I talk about what I'm going to do. So here's 6 examples. Dry brushing, I talk about this till I'm blue in the face pretty much. Dry brush every single day. Use a natural bristle brush. I want you to gently exfoliate and stimulate lymph flow. Always go towards your heart. This helps flush toxins and boost circulation. This is not on the list, but I also recommend to do sauna at least twice a week. So that's really important. That it's also, I like infrared saunas, and like sunlighting is a great one, but you are just really getting in there and moving your toxins that way. Breast brushing, okay, when you're doing your dry brush, use soft strokes around the chest and the underarms, always gentle. That is going to encourage healthy lymph movement in the breast area. It's soothing, it's detoxifying, and it helps reduce stagnation. So that's also really important. Rebounding, I would love for you to do your lymphatic moves every day, and then get on after you're doing like the big 6 that we talked about in past episodes, to go listen to those. Or you can even look this up on YouTube. Just Google the big 6 moves and they will give you a video on how to do those big 6 moves. But after you do those big 6 moves and you're moving your lymphatic, I want you to jump on a mini trampoline. They're called a rebounder, for just like a couple minutes a day. And it's so good for lymphatic flow and immune support. And it's low impact. It's very low impact, but it's powerful. Clean nutrition. Of course, stay away from processed foods and sugars. They feed inflammation. So you're going to fill your plate with colorful vegetables, quality protein, and healthy fats that nourish your cells. Listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat this part. That's hard work. It's a pain. I am not going to sugarcoat it. I literally cooked all day today. I have a coconut curry on the stove right now. I got a really nice vegetable chopper during the Amazon Prime sale, and it is making my veggie chopping so much better. And this weekend, I freshly mill our flour. So it is work. Like, that is the difference, is that I'm choosing my health, but I'm not going to say that it is not time consuming. Once you get in the rhythm of it, it's really helpful. But I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like all I do is the dishwasher, laundry, and food prep. And it really does take a lot. So we rarely go out to eat, because now I just totally look at food so differently now that I'm in like really deep into the health industry. And then so a lot of the restaurants I just see honestly seed oils and non-organic vegetables, so that have got pesticides that I'm eating, non-quality meats that are, who knows who that meat is from that you're digesting. It's kind of gross if you think about it. So I'd rather just spend my money and go to my local butcher shop and get 100% grass-fed, grass-finished, and know my farmers. So that's where, I don't know if, I've just shifted my mindset to really think about my food, my health. And now, especially now that I have a son, feeding him that's where I get my joy now, because I just know that I am focused on his health, because I do not want him I'm trying my best. I'm trying to prevent him, from getting sick and just having a happy, healthy life. And so far, knock on wood, everything is going good. And it has reduced his sickness by, I can't even tell you how much. And this is off topic from thermography, but milling my own flour has made such a difference too. I need to do an episode just on that. But I mill the flour for the family, and my family, and my sister, she mills her flour too. And it has made such a difference. You're getting a ton of nutrition from that. Number 5, targeted supplements. So these are some go-tos for breast and lymphatic health. So let's just go down a list of just a few things. Green tea extract, that's great for antioxidant protection. Omega-3s, excellent anti-inflammatory. I also take one called Fatty 15. I'll link that below. And I take a vitamin D. Pure Encapsulations is great. That is a really nice brand. Thorne is a really good brand for all of these too. Vitamin D is going to have your hormone balance. Now, I take vitamin D drops, and that just makes it easier. Flaxseed, that's going to support your estrogen metabolism. Turmeric, inflammation control. and AHCC mushroom. That's going to be your immune support. So those are just a few things. And this is not on my show notes here, but I did want to talk about coffee enemas. It's going to help detox things out of your liver. And that is excellent too. I need to have a whole episode just on that. And remember, when your lymphatic system is doing well, your skin is going to glow. It's going to look amazing. It's going to flush everything out. So it makes a big difference. And it's going to help. Now, another thing is your lifestyle and your sleep. So make sure to go to bed by 10 p.m. That is when your hormones reset during those early hours. I have found that when it's past 10 p.m., I can definitely feel such a difference in the next day. And when I go to bed, man, 9 o'clock, 9:30, that is the sweet spot. I feel amazing the next morning, and I can get up and do my early walks too. Practice your daily lymphatic self-care, like we talked about earlier, but do light massage, gua sha, or just mindful breathing. And remember, stress management matters just as much. So healthy relationships, laughter, and joy are really a part of breast health too. Have community around you. You want to be in really great relationships and lose the toxic ones. That makes such a difference, okay? So these 6 steps, dry brushing, breast brushing, rebounding, clean eating, smart supplements, and deep rest create beautiful synergy that really do support detoxification and hormone balance every day. And this just popped into my head, but when we talked about food, I am really loving Skinny Taste recipes. So it's skinnytaste.com. I have her cookbook too. She makes delicious, healthy, nutritious recipes that are also macro-friendly, carb-friendly, and they are filled with just a really good balance of your fruits, veggies, your meats, your antioxidants, everything. So I just wanted to let you know that here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. Prevention isn't about fear. It's about information. And when you understand your body, you can make choices from peace, not panic. But thermography and ultrasound, they give you visibility without harm. And when you combine that with daily lymphatic care and healthy habits, you are giving your body the tools to thrive. I am so excited that I was able to do this episode. It was just like such a joy to do. If you want a deeper dive, and if you want to go deeper, I have listed Dr. Christine Horner's books in the show notes. That is a doctor. That is my interpreter that reads my reports. Her books are so amazing. I'm currently reading her book, Waking the Warrior Goddess. It's so good. She also has another one, Radiant Health, Ageless Beauty. By the way, she is the one that got, at the federal level, breast reconstructive surgery paid for by your insurance. Oh my gosh, it's credible. Her story is incredible. But her books, they're full of science-based, empowering guidance on women's health and longevity. I can't say enough about them. So good. I am hoping to have Dr. Horner on the show soon, okay? I'm going to ask her. Her schedule is really intense right now because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So she has so many studies to interpret, and she's just so busy. But when I do, I would love to know what questions you would like for me to ask her when I have her on the show. So just to recap, no one test is perfect. That's why I definitely recommend thermography and ultrasound together. They offer a safe, powerful, radiation-free window into breast health. And add that to your doctor's exam. Okay, so make sure you're still getting your doctor's exam and your monthly self-checks. That's extremely important to do those self-checks yourself. And then to do your big 6 daily lymphatic habits that we talked about. And you're going to be doing more for your health than you might realize. You're going to be doing amazing. Thanks for listening. Happy Breast Awareness Month. And until next time, stay radiant, stay proactive, and keep caring for yourself the way you deserve. See you next week. Keep the momentum going inside the Lapree Beauty app, your free go-to skincare guide created by me, a licensed esthetician of over 15 years. Inside the app, you're going to find exclusive tutorials I recommended during today's session, perfect for tackling dark circles, oily T-zones, and maximizing your skincare in just 5 minutes. Plus, I've reviewed some of the budget-friendly products we talked about so you can shop smarter and feel confident about what's going on with your skin. Download the Lapree Beauty app on the App Store or Google Play to access expert-backed videos, trusted product tips, and bonus content from today's episode. Your skin coach is now right in your pocket.